minute there, but karibu back to Y254 TV. This is Y in the morning, and we are on to the first conversation at Empowerment Cafe. Just as Val had mentioned, in the next segment, they'd be talking about teen pregnancies. By the way, go on our social media handles and check the question of the day that we are asking across our social media handles on Y254 channel on Facebook, Instagram, and X. That same conversation is what we are talking about right now with Patricia, who is the CEO and founder of Birth and Beyond. She deals with teen mothers, and she is able to tell us more about it because she is here in studio. So let's get to hear what Patricia has to tell us. Karibuni sana, guys.
Thank you very much.
Karibu sana, you're welcome.
Thank you.
I want to give you a moment to introduce yourself.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. My name is Patricia Njeri. I'm founder and director of a program called Birth and Beyond, which focuses on empowering teen mothers. And yeah, I'm glad to be here this morning.
Karibu sana.
Yeah.
And Abigail Njeri, the second born daughter to Patricia Njeri, also head of admin in Birth and Beyond, and also I help in photography and marketing. Yeah.
Okay. All right. Mother and daughter.
Yeah.
Interesting. Interesting. I couldn't tell that you're mother and daughter, but anyway, Karibu sana. So Patricia, where do we start from? Birth and Beyond. How did Birth and Beyond begin?
Birth and Beyond started many years ago. I normally tell people I started in 2011. For me, that time I was still in the corporate world. And let me say I had reached many of the ladders that I wanted to reach in the corporate space. So for me, it was like, what next? You know, so that question will keep ringing in my head, like, what am I going to do next? After getting all these accolades, etc., what next? So I started a journey of soul searching. And for me, I'm big on women empowerment. So I had to narrow down somewhere, and I decided, because I was a teen mother, I decided to work in that space, and I've discovered that I actually have a passion for teenage mothers. So that was back in 2011, came up with the name, came up with everything, but I never started up to 2019. So 2019 is when we probably registered the name, and then 2020 is when we hit the ground. So far we've done quite a lot for the last 4-5 years. Yeah, and here we are, still working with teen mothers.
How many teen mothers do you have?
The ones we've impacted so far, or rather through our various platforms, is around 1,500 young mothers, both young mothers and a few young girls, through various platforms. Normally what we do, we have like 4 key things we normally do. We give them something we call a dignity kit, which has sanitary items for both the mother and the girl. Then we also give food packs. We also big on counseling, because we realize it's not your everyday thing for a 12-year-old, 13-year-old to get pregnant. Mental health is a really big issue as far as teen mothers are concerned. So we also do counseling and mentorship. Mentorship is where we also train them on things like parenting, breastfeeding, nutrition, anything that's going to help them to become better mothers. Then we also do education. We have a few girls who've gone for vocational training, and then we do all this through partnerships. We are big also on events. We have done quite a number of events, over 30 events so far, where we bring together many girls, bring together corporates. It's just a space where corporates get to give back to the community, and also young mothers get to learn about 1 or 2 things, about their lives, and basically get life skills.
Amazing.
Yeah.
So how did you decide to join Birth and Beyond?
At first, I just attended the events as normal because it's my mom's organization, so I have to be there. The first days, I used to be part of the welcome committee. Maybe I'd explain to them what Birth and Beyond is, welcoming them to the space, maybe leading the teen moms into games or doing something like that. But for a while, that's when I started photography. So I was like, yeah, let me just do photos. I think I was starting to find myself within the organization. Then after I finished high school, I went to work. After I quit, I discovered I like managing things and just becoming an admin. So we have cohorts that we take through yearly. And I decided that I'll be the one who will take this year's cohort, whereby every week, for 12 weeks in a year, we meet every Wednesday. We have counseling sessions, we have where the teen moms get to talk to counselors, maybe privately or also group sessions where they are taught about nutrition, breastfeeding, everything like that. So I was the one who was heading that. I would maybe sometimes I find a speaker, or if the speaker is there, I will lead them where I would tell them what to do, when to do, write reports after, maybe doing a bit of marketing, yeah, and I really loved it, and I still do love it, yeah.
Amazing, amazing. What I don't know how to ask this. Okay, there is that place, yeah, parent feeling like there's that place of parents wanting to micromanage their children, especially when I have parents that have enterprises, so
Yes.
I know that feeling where a parent want to micromanage. Have you ever had that feeling where you needed to micromanage your children?
Like this one?
Yes. I like that she's nodding. Yeah.
I think sometimes, I don't want to say it comes naturally, because it shouldn't be. Micromanaging should not be something natural. But yeah, sometimes it happens that way. But then for me, it's a bit of push and pull, because even then they're a bit strong. So, no, they're a bit strong. They are quite strong. Eh? So they are also like, no, we can't do it this way. We have to do it this way. So I've reached a point, in as much as probably I was micromanaging them at some point, nowadays I don't. It's normally a negotiation, a discussion. Again, you realize I have adult children, so it's difficult for me to micromanage them. My firstborn is 26.
Wow.
Yeah, the other one is slightly below 20, and the other one is 12. Yeah,
Amazing.
so most of them are adults, and it's a bit difficult
to micromanage.
Yes.
So, I don't know if you're comfortable to talk about it, but you've said you yourself, you're a teen mom.
Yes.
Have you been able to be comfortable to talk to your children about your teen motherhood experience? I know why is she looking at you like that, though?
Yeah, she's looking at me so that I don't lie.
How easy, or rather, actually, that's what I should have asked you. How easy or how difficult was it for you to talk to your children about your motherhood journey?
My motherhood journey and my experience.
Yes.
It was not easy. It was not easy because sometimes I'm led by fear. And it's not just me, I think it's many parents who are led by fear. And I'm like, I don't want them to follow the same path that I followed. So sometimes I'll find myself in fear if what information am I sharing with them? So it's not been easy. I share in snatches. It's not like a sitting down, one time sit down conversation. So it's just snatches. Once in a while I feel I want to talk about boyfriends. Probably another time we want to talk about sexual experiences. Probably another time we want to talk about something else. So it is in snatches. It's not necessarily like a one-time conversation. But that said, I've told them, please don't give birth early. Give yourself time. Yeah, that's what I consistently say. At least I try to say it, because I mean they need to have to do life first before they become mothers.
Okay.
Yeah.
How easy or difficult is it to talk to your mom about sexual related issues or that entire conversation? Relationships, sexuality, yeah, everything around that. You are really enjoying this. I didn't know you were coming. I didn't know it was mother and daughter, by the way. So I'm really enjoying this.
For me, I feel like it's not as hard as other people would put it. For me, honestly, if I have a crush, I think she will know. I feel like I tell her a lot, but also, of course, there's snatches of my life I don't say, because I feel like maybe I need to give it time, or I don't know. For me, okay, I feel like it's a bit easy because she has worked around, her working around teen moms has made us have such a connection where I can be comfortable, like being me, my true self around her. And so talking to her, I won't lie. I usually just tell her how it is. If maybe like right now she knows I'm not looking for a relationship, but if I see a guy and I like the guy, I will tell her I like the guy, and we will have a talk about it, a laugh about it. Yeah, so I feel like how working around the area of teen moms has made us connect as daughters. When we talk, most people, I actually call her Patricia. I don't call her mom. So all of us do call her Patricia. So for us, people
Well,
will look
parents like you.
Yeah. Yeah, so but for me it was just a decision that I want them to call me Patricia.
How?
Because I mean,
What?
who,
Like,
who,
I
who-
want to see your thought process to you getting to that place.
Well, when I came to the earth, I was not mom to anyone, and for me, I'm deciding that I did not have my life as a young person, because I mean, being a mother at 19 means that you're consistently dealing with parenting issues from a very young age. So for me, I decided this is when I'm going to have my life. And I don't want to have my life when someone is calling me mom there. You go do your life.
Okay.
For me, I'm Patricia.
So they call you Patricia,
And,
all of them.
And everyone gets shocked.
How
at
does that make you feel?
Really good. In fact, sometimes if they call me, I'm no, me, I'm not your mother. I am Patricia. I have an identity. I have an identity in my name. I'm a person. I'm an individual, separate from them. So I choose to retain my individualism and my identity.
Interesting. How does that make you feel?
it makes me feel, for me, calling her mom, I feel by the word makes you, hey, by the way, mom. So there are things I cannot tell her. But for me, calling her Patricia, I feel like we're not such a vibe where maybe tomorrow I want to go to a sleepover. By the way, Patricia, I have this and this and this. Because I feel like it makes us bond in another type of way where she's my mom, but she's also my friend. So, yeah.
Wow. Yani naangalia naona ni kama nyinyi ni wazungu. I'm looking at you and I'm imagining, Gavana, this one's must be wazungu. Anyway, so Patricia, how have the experiences you've gone through in life shaped the way you run your organization and the way you do parenting?
Well, gosh, different experiences have shaped me differently. Like now, running the program has made me, given me a lot of selflessness, in the sense that, fine, this is something I have to do. So whether or not I have my own personal needs, I have to run. The program still needs me. Then again, it's also helped me open up to getting to talk to people, and Bath and Beyond is always on my lips. So regardless of whichever circle I'm in, I'm always talking about it. And sometimes I go to spaces where I find people already know Bath and Beyond, but they don't know me. Or rather, they know Bath and Beyond and they know Patricia, but they don't know me physically. So it's also given me, sometimes it also gives me a bit of what? Inaniekea break saa ingine when I go out there, I can't just do what I want. So, yeah, it's helped me. It's my personal experiences dictate how I run the program, in the sense that the program sometimes comes first. Teen mothers sometimes come first before even my own thoughts or my own needs, etc. Previously, my corporate space impacted me a lot in terms of professionalism and laying standards, doing documentation. So I'll say that helped me in that sense. And even the way we've done our branding, the way we run, the professionalism we've been able to bring into the program was detected by how I was, or the work that I was doing when I was back in my corporate days. So I'll say that the program has been impacted differently by different experiences. So in terms of motherhood, as I'm saying, one, in terms of even just trying to open up the space and become a friend to my daughters, now I realize also I'm also a mother to many other girls. So in as much as also saying that I'm Patricia, that also opens up the other young mothers to call me Patricia, and at least we're able to relate at another level, and they're able to know that in Patricia you have a friend, you have someone you can be able to talk to. Yeah.
Amazing. How do you find the experience of working at Bath and Beyond?
It is wonderful. I feel like I've come to know, when you hear their stories, you come to see that the world is not always a brighter place. But the fact that maybe when we meet, they come and they are so happy, so positive, sometimes it just touches you and you're like, well, I have to be more grateful for life. And I actually love working with mom. Yeah, because a lot of girls do open up to her. A lot of girls do feel comfortable in the space, and when we call them, they will come. Like what wakuza haraka, and that's something to be proud of. Yeah, so working in Birth and Beyond is so wonderful, and I've also come to learn a lot when I go to those lessons, learning about nutrition. So like I feel like I know a lot about motherhood. So at times I usually tell myself at least I'm prepared, but I don't know, when the time comes we'll see. But also coming to know about having a mother, having a child early is stressful also. Yeah, so I feel like when it comes to that, having a child, I have to be prepared. It's not just love cannot do it all. You have to have the financial stability. You have to have at least a consistent job, somewhere to live. How will you cater for that child? So I've come to see like having a child, it's not something easy. You have to be prepared both mentally, financially, yeah, physically, everything. Yeah.
What is the biggest issue you deal with when it comes to teenage mothers?
The biggest issue, as far as they are concerned, is the day-to-day upkeep. Most of them, most of the girls we work with are not your everyday girls. They are girls who come from low-income areas. So you'll find that probably they live in a 8x8 kind of a house. They are living probably 5-6 people in that house. So this girl has gotten pregnant. The mother, or probably they live with just the mother. The mother is already struggling to put food on the table for the rest. So you have gotten pregnant at 15. You're also an adult now. Go out there and find your way out. So for them, upkeep is one of the major issues. I get calls, give us diapers, give us pads. Something we also don't have. Some of them, you'll find a girl who is 9 months pregnant. She doesn't even have clothes for the baby that she's expecting. So upkeep is one of the biggest struggles that they have. So, and that now generates all the other problems that they have. If they do not know how they are going to take care of their day-to-day needs, that means their mental health is also at risk. That means they are also suffering. They now have a lot of stress and a lot of depression, etc. And already out there, they're already suffering shame because people are already castigating them because they are pregnant at an early age. So you find out there is also fear. They cannot just go to anyone. So you find that all that compounded, it makes their self-esteem goes down. So when their self-esteem goes down, they're not able to be confident out there. So anyone can be able to take advantage of them. So that is when you find them that they are vulnerable to even people who are going to tell them, I can give you this 200 if you know. So you find them getting into transactional sex, you find them getting into drug and alcohol abuse. So that brings out other challenges. Yes, yeah. But the biggest problem is the upkeep for the teen mothers.
Okay.
Yeah.
How do you feel when you see girls that should potentially be within your peer group or lower or a bit higher, lower, handle motherhood? How does that make you feel? Especially that you are like in the organization and you deal with them day to day.
I'd say even if I do deal with them day to day, there are times it reaches, I'm like, mom, I just need counseling, because I talk like to about 4 or 5 girls, and I'm like, no, I can't take this. The other days even I cried. I was like, I felt so bad that this is happening to them, and there's only as far as you can go to help them. Sometimes I feel like if I had everything that was needed to help them, I would. But at times I usually feel so bad that this girl will open up to me because we are age mates, and I'm Patricia's daughter. So they'll tell me some stuff that's going on with them and everything that they are facing, suffering. So I'll be in that space that I really, really, really want to help you, but I can't. I don't know what to do. I feel so bad, and at times I wish you can't be facing this. But then at the same time, the love that those mothers have for their children usually just inspires me, because they'll tell you the story of how they got that child. It's not beautiful, but the way you'll see them bonding with that child, playing with that child, you'll be like, this is just a miracle. Because how they go about their day-to-day lives, it's just wonderful, but they carry so much pain in them that when they talk to you, you will feel it and you'll just want to help them, but sometimes you just don't have the means to it. So that I feel like you ndo uwe na nyuma in everything.
Patricia, there's that entitlement that people generally have when they see you have an organization. We are entitled for you to get help from you. We're entitled that we need this, we want that. And there's that sense of entitlement. How do you deal with that in people, especially those people that feel you're entitled to give me diapers? I am a teen mother. You have this organization.
Sometimes I don't know how to deal with it because sometimes some people will really talk badly. Some people will really talk badly. You'll hear a lot of bad names out there. That, oh, you have pads, diapers, you're not giving us, no clothes, Sometimes I don't know how to deal with it. So some of it you just do. For me, I normally just try and communicate to them as clearly as possible. This is what I have, this is what I give. What I don't have is what I don't. I can't give what I don't have. So communication for me helps a lot. And then also for us, we work with as few as the number that we're able to manage. So if we feel that some of the girls have a sense of entitlement, kidogo tu tunakaa kama tunaachana, because again you don't want to keep walking with someone who is going to keep stirring and bringing bad blood or bad vibes, in the program. But that said, most of the girls we work with, you find that most of them are okay. It's just that you'll find the other people who are watching around, they are the ones who are having issues, probably neighbors, women who also want the same help for themselves also. But the major thing I've found, other than the sense of entitlement, is an over-dependence kind of a mindset. You find that someone, even if they have a skill, because sometimes we have girls who've gone even through hairdressing and knitting, you find someone still sitting down and not using that skill that they've learned. And for me, sometimes that becomes it makes me feel really bad, that someone actually sponsored them to go for a course, but they're not using the skills that they learned. So sometimes for me, that is a bit of a challenge or a problem.
Abigail,
Yeah.
as we almost come to an end of this conversation, looking at your life and looking at the people around you, what would you, how do I ask this? I'm not sure. Looking at everything, being in Bath and Beyond, and everything that happens, if you were to advise your younger self, what would you tell your younger self in that teen mother?
I'd tell myself that, first of all, I guess having patience in life. Just don't have usikuwe na haraka. You have to go through life. You want to get a boyfriend, you want to do this, you want to do that. Take life as it is. Whatever is thrown at you, go through that kwanza. Or having greed, don't have greed, because I'd say that most of the people have gotten themselves into situations because of greed. Somebody tells you, if you do this, I'll give you money, or things like that. Or you see your friends doing that. So, like, following peer pressure, greed, no. I'd say just keep off from that. Have patience with life. You're a child. Don't go doing things that you see people of 19 years, 20 years doing them. You just go play kati with your friends, or football, or I don't know. Yeah, just don't have greed. Don't usikwe na haraka. Just take life at your age. Do things the way they are. Yeah, just don't have greed and have patience with life.
Amazing. Patricia, how do we reduce teenage pregnancy has become a menace in Kenya, like a big issue in Kenya. In your opinion, how do we curb?
Let me answer the way you won't expect. We will never curb teen pregnancy. Yeah, teen pregnancy will always be there with us. And I don't know, the other day, I don't know whether you saw on social media, there was a video of young Moran men. I don't know whether they were Moran or they were from where, but they were in Shukas. So I assume they're in one of those communities. And they were choosing very young girls who are 12, 13. And the young girl will come ashikilie cookie, and then the young men surrounding them, then kila mtu ana hug mwenye anataka, and they're very young girls. So I was like, if this is happening in this day and time, will we really ever be able to? We will not. We cannot. I don't think we can fully be able to curb teen pregnancy. However, there are measures we can put in place to avoid girls becoming pregnant at a young age. One, we need to really be big on sexual and reproductive health education, especially catch the girls before they are 15 years. It's easier for us to catch them before they are 15 years. Teach them as much as we can. Give them a lot of information as much as we can. Let us not rely on other people to give them information. Let us give them the right information so that they are not fishing out there on social media from friends, etc., etc. Secondly, poverty is one of the biggest inequalizers. I don't know which word to use. Poverty is something that we need to end, because you realize that through period poverty, we are exposing girls to early pregnancy because they are out there looking for pads, etc., etc. And because they cannot be able to manage their monthly flow, their monthly needs in terms of menstruation, they go out there and they are exposed because they need sanitary pads. So if we deal with poverty, we deal with period poverty, we make sure that at least everyone is able to earn an income. That way at least we'll be able to catch, or to at least be able to curb a bit of teen pregnancy. But other than that, it's here with us.
Amazing. Finally, where can we find you?
I'm on social media. If you go to Facebook, you'll find us on just Google Birth and Beyond, or Facebook Birth and Beyond, you'll find us there. But before I finish, we have a charity walk, and I'm inviting you on 7th September. We are trying to raise funds to come up with a community center. You realize that if a teen mother, we don't give her a skill, then she's not going to be able to earn an income for her child. So on 7th, we are having a charity run, which is going to be in Ongata Rongai. And we are looking for corporates who are willing to support us. We are looking for computers, sewing machines, we are looking for baking equipment, anything related. So at least we have a small space that we can be able to put these machines. And if we do that, we are going to be able to reach the high number of girls who come through our hands, and we do not have enough resources for us to give them a skill. So yes, but I'm available. My name is Patricia Njeri, and my number is 0735 875 215.
Amazing. Thank you so much, Abby, for bringing your mom. You said she's Patricia, for bringing Patricia. Patricia, thank you so much for coming.
Thank you for having us. We appreciate
You're
you.
welcome.
Yeah, yes.
You're welcome. Asante sana, and thank you for the good work you're doing.
All right.
That has been a wholesome conversation with Patricia. Oh my God, I didn't know kuna parents kama hawa in this Gen Z mode. Hey, parents that don't want to be called mom. My mother, where are you? They're calling you Ruth. But anyway, that is all we had for you from Empowerment Cafe. We are taking a short break. Val is still coming back to now talk about the WCW part of this conversation. You can't afford to miss that. My name is Grace Maingi. Do have a lovely day.